What is up? What is popping, all my anime lovers out there? It's your boy Takame Love Anime back with another video. We have got the second official trailer for Chainsaw Man, and let me just say that this trailer was amazing. It really doubles down on the beginning of the manga and really doesn't give a lot away by showing key parts and really great events for us to really just flaunt and just soak in. I want to start off by saying I was so glad to see Aki animated and him getting a little bit more getting a little bit more screen time in the trailer. I feel like he is such an important character for part one that is underrated until people will till we get further on. So I'm glad to see him get animated. Plus him throwing up the demon fox and the fox coming out, or is just one of the best manga early on manga panels in Chainsaw Man for me. I love that, and I feel like he's in a great character. He gives me the Fushiguro Sasuke vibes, but he definitely comes into his own, and I really like that. As well, we get to see Power jump from the building, one of the more iconic visuals that we've seen so far. I think that's really, I can't even put it into justice how dope that is. We get to see Maki as well. Maki's always looking amazing. You just can't, she's a queen, so you just can't understate that fact. I like the fact at the beginning we got to see in the warehouse when Maki walked in with her bodyguards, I'll go ahead and say, or subordinates, whatever you want to call them. You got to see the aftermath of everything that happened with Deji. I'm not going to give too much away because this might just be in a reaction. People wanted to come in for newer people, so I won't spoil much. But for all my manga readers out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and that was an epic point in the series early on. I love how the blood on the ground and the bodies and everything is kind of contorted and there's dry blood, and it just looks like hell. Literally just a fucked up scene. Excuse my language, but I'm gonna get real raw with this because this series is just gonna be real raw, if I'm being completely honest with you, and I want to match the energy of that, so excuse my language for that. Just so many great parts in there. We got to see Deji with the chainsaw come out of his head. For me, initially, that was one of the parts where I'll kind of I'm gonna have to get used to it because that coming out of his head is really wonky to me. It's my first time actually seeing that come out of his head. We usually just see him already transformed, so not seeing him transformed and him going into being transformed is something new, especially him running like a crackhead. If I'm being completely honest, my man's all over the place. But I can't wait to see his evolution throughout the fights with the way that his mannerism is in battle. So I think that'll definitely change. So I'm not going to hold that to too high of a standard as of right now. But it's going to take a lot getting used to with that transformation going on because I want to see just how that ties in. I don't think that it'll be a hard transition to get used to because it's Chainsaw Man. So much crazy shit in Chainsaw Man is just going to happen. But there was a part in there where I remember watching it in the living room with my family there, and when it cut to the part where it showed Mappa and then it just got dark for a quick second, I was going to lose my mind if I would have heard like the chainsaw. I probably would have started yelling and let's go. I probably would have got so hyped. I thought that was going to happen. When it didn't happen, I was like, dang, that would have been the perfect part before he pulled the string out of his chest to start the chainsaw. When it started, the scene where it started to come out of his head, that would have been the perfect part to hear the chainsaw noise. Just so crazy. But still, the trailer was amazing. Everything, it's kind of hard to take away from certain things because it was so quick of a trailer. And yeah, we got to see Deji, Maki, Aki, Power. We got to see things that we've seen before, but just in different scenes early on. They're just really just trying to cater and get us warmed up for what's to come early on throughout the series. So I'm not gonna dive too in deep into those points, but there is one point that I want to dive into before I wrap this video up. So I love how the voice actors really match the tone of each character. And I know that that sounds kind of extreme and like, what do you mean by that, Takame? But there's a lot of shows that kind of just like either it just doesn't fit, or they've done so many voices that they just know that there's a generic default voice that works for every single character. So a voice actor will definitely probably just go to that, which because they know it works and nobody will complain about it. But you gotta really respect and give them their kudos when they go that extra mile. I'll talk about the voices for a second. Maki's voice, really, you could hear the demeanor and the demanding of her through her voice actor's voice, and kind of how just what she says goes. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Get up and do it. You heard that manner. You heard that in her voice. Power, you heard just the uncontrollable, wild wickedness that she just possesses that just can't be controlled. Aki seemed more tamed in his mannerism, like tamed and just more, I'm gonna do what I need to do and just get it done, don't fuck up type of vibe. Deji, I wanted to touch up on him last because I feel like this is really going to drive it for a lot of people, because you could feel the desperateness in the scenes where it's just him and Pochita, just him in the bed against the tree, just by the cross in the graveyard with his dad, just all kind of scenes of him just in pain, agony. You can really feel that. And I feel in a series like this, because you can get so lost in the fact of, yeah, it's a fight going on, this, that, and the third, but this is such an emotional series. It's the story just being so emotional, and it's going to matter. So I feel like don't overlook that factor, because this is just going to be so amazing, and that really is going to tie into the story. So look out for that. Those are just some of the points that I want to talk about. I don't want to dive too deep into it, because we saw some of the stuff that we didn't see anything super crazy that we haven't saw before outside of Deji transformation from Deji to Chainsaw Man. I don't think we've seen that before on screen. We've always seen him either Deji and then him go into Chainsaw Man, but we've never seen that transition. So that was pretty nice to see. So you let me know down below, what was your favorite part? Who were you glad to see on screen, and what are you expecting in the next one? I hope Kobani's in the next one, because she's one of my favorite characters and I love the way she looks. So I hope we get some more to see of her. This series is just ramping up into something crazy. Each time we just see something with Chainsaw Man, it just gets crazier and crazier and crazier. And the fact that they can do that without showing such littleness just means that we're in for a great ride. And I can't wait to enjoy this ride with y'all. So let me know what y'all think down below. It's been your boy Takame Love Anime. At the same time as this is out, there should also be chapters 100 and 101 of Chainsaw Man Part 2. So go ahead and check those out too. That's my Shonen Sit Down series. Recommend a series that you want to see, and I'll definitely get to it. Y'all be safe out here, anime lovers. Peace.